Mr. Chairman.
Oh, you have one more. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yes. Thank you, Mr.
Yes,
Chairman.
you do. I apologize.
Colleagues, I call up Padilla Amendment number 7. This amendment would strike the reconciliation instructions for the Senate Committee on Energy and Natural Resources. As you know from prior political attacks on the Inflation Reduction Act, this instruction is aimed at undoing the critical federal investments that have spurred private investment and created hundreds of thousands of good-paying jobs across the country. And we should be clear that despite Republican rhetoric, undoing the IRA and its programs to diversify our energy mix would actually undermine our energy independence, not strengthen it. Our Republican colleagues know that the IRA has actually been good for the economy. They know it's been good for America's energy independence, so much so that many Republicans have gone out to events celebrating new manufacturing facilities and infrastructure investments after having voted against the bill. As of November 2024, hundreds of billions of dollars have been funneled into energy projects, and the overwhelming majority of this funding has actually gone to Republican districts, and not by a small share. Nearly 80% of the $243 billion worth of projects that are either completed or under construction have been in GOP districts. If this investment is cut off by Republicans, it'll hurt their local economies, their rural communities, their manufacturing communities who have benefited the most. Talk about a waste of taxpayer dollars. Last year, House Republicans sent a letter to their leadership opposing their party's own IRA repeal efforts. They said of a repeal, and I quote, "We would have spent billions of taxpayer dollars and received next to nothing in return," end quote. They want to see the IRA projects finished. So I'm curious to know if the same Republican colleagues who were so eager to attend ribbon cuttings will be as vocal about announcing its repeal. And Mr. Chairman, you specifically highlighted energy independence in your announcement on this resolution. I couldn't agree more that the United States should be energy independent. That's why the IRA supports an all of the above energy approach, including wind and solar, along with nuclear power, biofuels, and newer industries like hydrogen and carbon capture. What will actually get us to energy independence is diversifying our energy sources. It's not just relying on the same old fossil fuels whose prices are determined by global markets that we don't control. If we really want energy independence, we need to advance renewable energy and the investments that were made in the Inflation Reduction Act. That's why I urge that all my colleagues who truly want to achieve energy independence support this amendment.
Senator Lee.
As chairman of the Senate Energy and Natural Resources Committee, I urge my colleagues to oppose this amendment. This is an amendment that would offer still additional funding for the very projects that received billions upon billions of dollars in handouts under the Biden administration through the bipartisan infrastructure law and also the Inflation Reduction Act. Projects funded by those bills are often opposed by the impacted communities, including some wind projects linked to the deaths of locally significant wildlife and solar projects that prevent multiple use, like recreational use or grazing on federal lands. I oppose it and encourage my colleagues to do the same.
All time has expired. Now we'll